Hi guys, it's Justine, but you can call me Blondie, and for today's video, as you can tell by the title, I am doing a Christmas break clean with me. When I was growing up, my parents always said that Santa doesn't come to messy houses, hence the thumbnail. So I'm going to be power cleaning the house today in preparation for Christmas. And right now I'm just starting off with the bathroom by cleaning off the counter space. Now I'm going to use Miss Meyer's all-surface cleaning spray and clean off the countertop, followed by Clorox disinfecting wipes. I like to follow up with Clorox disinfecting wipes just to make sure the counters are disinfected. Next, I'm going to use Windex to clean off the mirrors in the bathroom. And then I'm going to move on to the floors. I threw the rugs in the washing machine already, and now I'm just picking up all of the kids' toys and dirty clothes and everything that's on the floor. And then I'm going to use a Swiffer to sweep and mop the floors. I'm also going to take Clorox disinfecting wipes and just kind of wipe down the corners where the Swiffer doesn't reach very well to get all the dust and dirt out of the corners and edges of the bathroom. And then I'm also going to use the Clorox wipes to wipe down the front of the bathroom cabinets. And then once the bathroom is done, I'm going to move on to the dishes. We had about 2 days of dishes piled up. We don't usually let them get this bad, but sometimes life happens and doing dishes is just our last priority. So today I went ahead and did all of them. What I usually do when I do dishes is I wash them by hand well enough that I could put them away right away, but I still put them in the dishwasher anyways, just as like an extra step so that they are extra sanitized. And so I tend to fill up the dishwasher like extra full since they're already basically clean, and I'm just using it as an extra step to sanitize them. So that's why the dishwasher looks so full at the end of all of this. And then I'm just wiping all the water that got on the counter from washing dishes. I'm wiping that away, and then I'm going to spray it down with Miss Meyer's multi-surface spray again. And then I'm going to clean the microwave today. I only clean the microwave every couple of months, which is a bad habit. I really need to get in the habit of cleaning it more often. And so as you'll see, it is very dirty. But again, I like to spray it with the Miss Meyer's all-surface spray. And then if there's any areas that there's food like extra crusted on or anything, I'll usually take a sponge and scrub those areas. Next, I'm going to wash the stovetop, and again I use the Miss Meyer's multi-surface spray. Since there is quite a bit of food kind of crusted onto the stove, I'm going to go ahead and spray the Miss Meyer's spray and then let it sit for a little bit so that way it's easier to wipe down. And then I'm also going to wipe down our countertops and breakfast nook in our kitchen as well. I'm also going to light a candle so that our kitchen smells good. Next, I'm going to very quickly take out the trash and then put a new trash bag in. And then the rugs were done drying. I know that it's probably not the best to dry the rugs. It makes them not last as long, but I don't have the patience to let them air dry, and so I just throw them in the dryer, and now I'm putting them back in the bathroom. I'm also going to put the clothes from the washer into the dryer and throw another load of clothes into the washer. And now that those little things are taken care of, I am back to cleaning the kitchen, and I'm just going to sweep and Swiffer the floors. And then while working on the kitchen floors, I kind of got a wild hair and decided to clean under the refrigerator and oven. I very rarely do this. I do it maybe once a year. So it was extremely dirty underneath the fridge and the oven. So I just swept and Swiffered and cleaned underneath those areas. cabinets and corners of the floor were looking a little dirty, so I just used Miss Meyer's spray and wiped down those areas as well. Next, I cleaned up our computer area. This area doesn't get extremely dirty per se, but it does get very cluttered. For some reason, this is the area where we always leave our shoes and bags and jackets, and so I walked around and just picking all of those up, and then I again swept and Swiffered the area. Next is our living room, and I started out by just picking up all of the clutter. And then I swept and Swiffered around the couch and the ottoman. And then once again, I used Miss Meyer's spray and a rag to just get all the little corners that the Swiffer doesn't reach very well. And then I stacked up all the pillows off to the side so that way I could vacuum the couch. Then I also just pushed the cushions back into place. And then I recently got this tiny little rechargeable vacuum for cleaning the seats in the car, but it's actually come in very handy to clean off the couch cushions. So I'm using that just to vacuum off dirt and crumbs and whatnot off the couch. Today they don't get super dirty, but I do try to keep the couch as clean as possible since it's only a couple of months old. And then I'm just finishing off by using Miss Meyer's spray just to get any little areas on the couch that look dirty. And then to finish up the living room area, I'm going to sweep behind the TV and under the TV stand. I know it looks like the TV is wiggling around a lot when I move it, but I'm actually holding the top of it so it is safe. And then sometimes I Swiffer under the TV, but today I did not want to have to deal with unplugging all of the wires and plugs, so I decided to skip Swiffering under the TV, but I did Swiffer around it. But first I used Windex to clean off the screen as well as clean off the TV stand because it is a glass TV stand. And then next is the kids' playroom area. It actually hasn't been getting extremely dirty lately because over winter break, I've been having the kids play in their bedroom so that way they don't mess up the Christmas tree or the presents under the tree or anything. So I mostly just swept, Swiffered, and picked up any clutter that was around. And then the last thing I did before going to bed and before my camera died is I reorganized the cabinets. My camera actually died while I was doing this process, but right now I'm just going through all of our spices and getting rid of all of the old ones. We had a lot of spices in there that were at least 6 to 7 years old, so I am just tossing those. We also had a lot of empty or nearly empty jars of spices, so I also tossed those out. And then the next morning I went ahead and reset the table. I had actually thrown the tablecloth and placemats in the washing machine the night before. So first thing I'm going to do on the second day is just put those right back on the table. Next, I'm going to vacuum the hallway, but first I needed to pick up the clutter. Whenever the kids have something they need to put away in their room, I usually just put it outside their bedroom door. And so I'm just quickly throwing all of this stuff in their room so that way I can actually vacuum the hallway. And then I'm also just taking the hose and getting all of the little corners and sides next to the wall. I'm going to make my bed, and truth be told, I very rarely make my bed and I'm only doing it for the sake of this video. My husband and I are very much the type of people who think if we're just gonna get back into it again, what's the point of making it? But I did make it for this video, and we usually do make it if we're gonna have like guests or company or something. Put 2 comforters on the bed because my husband and I have a hard time sharing blankets, so there's a comforter for each of us. Also, since it is Christmas time, I decided to grab one of our festive throw blankets and throw that on our bed, as well as some of the throw pillows from the living room, and I just threw those on just so it would be a little bit more festive. And then I'm going to very quickly vacuum. And now I'm just setting up the pack and play in our room. The baby will usually sleep in this in our room. She very rarely sleeps in her own room during nighttime. So I'm just resetting up the pack and play now that I've vacuumed. I'm also wiping it down. I also wanted to quickly mention that in this video I will not be cleaning her room because, for one, I usually film my sit-down videos in her room, so I have all of my lights and stuff set up in there, and also all of the presents are currently hidden in her room. So I am just going to leave her room a mess for today. Next, I'm going to kind of organize the top of our dressers. I'm going to clean them off the best that I can, but as you'll see, there's still a lot of clutter on top of the dresser just because I have a lot of makeup and stuff that I have nowhere else to put. But I did my best and still cleared off some stuff. Next is my kids' bedroom, and the kids' bedroom was an absolute disaster. Like I said earlier, they haven't been playing much in their play area since we have the Christmas tree in there, and so they have been playing in their bedroom, and it was such a mess. Most of the time it is their responsibility to clean it up, but since I was doing this video anyways, I decided I would pick it up for them. So I'm just starting off by wiping off their little art table and picking up all of the toys and books and dirty clothes off of the floor. Next, I'm putting all of their shoes away. They have this shoe rack on the back of their door, and so I am just putting all of their shoes up in this shoe rack. And then I'm going to make their beds. Again, I very rarely make their beds. Their beds in particular, because it's a bunk bed, are very hard to make. So I really avoid making their beds, and since I don't even make my own bed, I don't really expect them to make their beds either. So this again is another rarity. And then I'm going to very quickly vacuum. And then last thing I'm going to do is fold some laundry, and so I just pulled a pile out of the dryer, and then I'm throwing more laundry from the washer into the dryer. The laundry never ever ends in this house. And then I'm just gonna fold laundry. It's very rare that I actually keep up with it like this. Usually I get at least 3 loads or more done before I actually get a chance to fold it all. But lately I've been trying to make an effort to fold laundry as soon as it comes out of the dryer. That way it's not piling up and getting overwhelming. And that is it for today's holiday clean with me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.